Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist. I'm hopping on here today because I want to make sure that I acknowledge and mention what Senator Cory Booker did yesterday. Yes, Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey did something yesterday that was historic and that really got me feeling a lot of ways. Wow. Like I am proud is not the word. Like there's not a word for what he did. So let me just tell those of you who don't know the importance of this. Senator Cory Booker broke a record yesterday. He stood on the Senate floor and gave the longest speech, clocking in at just over 25 hours. They have not given the minutes yet. At least I didn't see him, but over 25 hours, the longest speech on the Senate floor. And this is crucial and so important historically because of the record he broke. Now, Senator Booker was up there because he was speaking against Tupe Fiasco's economic and social policies. Very valid reason to be up there. But the record he broke was one that was held by Strom Thurmond. If you don't know who that is a racist white man of times past who stood for 24 hours and 18 minutes. But the reason he stood up there was to stand against the Civil Rights Act of 1957. So he stood up there to stand against black people getting their rights, getting equal rights. And then notable to mention, Senator Ted Cruz also had a really long record of 21 hours and 19 minutes. And he stood up there to fight against Obamacare in 2013. So he fought against healthcare, basically, making sure that everyone has healthcare. So when you think about this in context, you have two people, one who held the record, who stood up there basically to say, y'all don't deserve equal rights. Y'all don't deserve health care. Everybody doesn't deserve that. While Senator Cory Booker stood up there to stand against what has become, what is looking more and more like a dictatorship, fascism. But either way, the physiological feat of this man did not go to the bathroom, drink, eat, or get to sit down. He was on his feet that whole time. I hope he getting all the self-care today. I really do. He needed some IVs, really. I hope they pumped him up with some IVs or something because he needed to rehydrate. But he prepared for this though by not eating or drinking. He said he didn't eat or drink anything for some hours prior. And that's just fascinating to me. What we can do when we really want to fight against wrong. And that led me to think about something. I am having the toughest battle within myself of just rest and be quiet and mind your business and don't say or do anything versus leaders don't do that. And I'm not calling myself a leader, but I'm confident enough to say that I have leadership qualities and that I have always advocated for humanity and for what's right. And so it's really hard for me to just sit back. Now, this don't mean that I want to see y'all out there on April 5th marching. No, don't put your physical body on. No, sit down. Okay. Don't go out there because, again, that's a setup. So sit down. But our leaders right now that are doing these type of things, Senator Cory Booker, Jasmine Crockett, Maxine Waters, so many of them are showing up. And that speaks to what black people have always done. I think it's innate in a lot of us. Now, not all, you got bad apples in every bunch, but we gon' do what we gotta do. And so, yeah, I'm kind of, we deserve to rest. We deserve to take the cape off. We absolutely do. Because we shouldn't still be fighting for certain things in 2025. We absolutely should not be fighting to not go backwards. Like that's really what the fight is, to not go backwards in time to when America was so-called great for certain people. To not go backwards. Like that's not what we should be fighting for, but it is. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I honored Senator Cory Booker for what he did yesterday. And also, real quick, I came across another post where people from other countries were asked, like, what are y'all hearing about America or what is your country telling you about America? It is fascinating how many people in other countries are being told not to come here. And if they over here right now to get back to their country, like they're being told not to come here. People in Canada are being told to prepare for war. Do y'all know that? That's legit real. Like people in other countries are being warned to steer clear of this country. And you have people in this country, citizens who don't believe that, who are like, whatever, then why would people still be coming here? Because the American dream is still the best. No, it's not. The American dream has been a nightmare for so many people for so long. Y'all gotta stop. I understand that we have certain rights that other people in other countries may not have, but nonetheless, this has long since faded away from being such a dreamlike place. Now, it is for some people, and that's cool. But right now, looking at what's going on right now, please, on any note, I just wish American citizens would lose this air about them. Some American citizens would lose this air about them in which they truly believe that, oh, the worst of the worst could not happen. Oh, they can't do this. Oh, they won't be able to do that. Oh, they would never be able to segregate. Oh, it starts small. It starts with causing people to hate one another. It starts with causing people to say, yep, we want to segregate again. Yep, I don't want to be around them folks. And I mean, valid reasoning on our side on why that would be the case. Like you get tired of dealing with racism and microaggressions and discrimination and oppression and all of that BS. It's you get tired. You get tired. None of us should be dealing with the same things that our great grandparents dealt with. But the mindsets are still there. And the mindsets are still there because people like Strom Thurmond, who sat on that Senate floor and held the record since 1957, see his kids and grandkids still living. So it gets passed down. So that's why it boggles my mind when people say that, oh, most of us don't think like that no more. Yes, you do. Don't lie. Yes, you do. Because you are not going to convince me that the 60 to 70 some percent of people that didn't agree with Martin Luther King Jr., whose kids and grandkids still walking this earth, weren't taught and embedded and ingrained with the same exact ideals that they grandparents had. So, yeah, the mindsets still exist. They're not going anywhere. So to have this thought that, oh, these type of things can't happen, I bet they thought that in 1930s Germany too. I bet they never imagined concentration camps. They never imagined that something that atrocious would happen to a whole people group, but it did. We look back at the history of slavery in this country and are disgusted by it. How could that happen like this? Because people don't believe that things like this can happen. People don't believe fat meat greasy. Hate can cause a lot of things to happen right under your nose because you don't believe it can. And when you don't believe something can happen, you don't prepare for it to happen. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I talked about that. The fact that people in other countries are being told to prepare for war and to not come here and all that. People in this country, get your passports, like the things that are being said. And I know some people look at it like, oh, they just fear mongering. They trying to elicit fear. Why aren't you scared though? I'm not saying we should live in fear. I don't operate in fear. But how are you not concerned? Let's use that word. How are you not concerned? How do you have such audacity and arrogance to think that it can't happen? Bad can't happen. Things can't go backwards. How are you that arrogant? This is what happened when people don't believe that history can repeat itself. Because it can. Know why it can? Because people don't learn from history. But on any note, y'all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Shout out to Senator Cory Booker again for breaking that record. And I will holler at y'all later.